What's up? Please click that subscribe button. Subscribe now, please. I'm begging you. I feel like we probably know all of them.
Here are some rappers who didn't go broke and made the smartest moves. Find out the surprising rapper who wrote McDonald's "I'm Lovin' It" song. Number 15, Dr. Dre. Besides making music, one thing Dr. Dre definitely has been doing is hitting the gym. But okay, what else has Dre been up to ever since making Chronic 2001? Dr. Dre still manages artists through his Aftermath Entertainment label, where he's notoriously hard to work with because he's a perfectionist when it comes to music. That's 99% the reason why Detox never ever released. It's been canceled. It's been revived. It's been through so many different rumors. At this point, it doesn't matter because it's just not coming out. Aside from music, he co-created Beats headphones in 2008 along with Jimmy Levine, the co-founder of Interscope Records. Beats has been so successful that the company
and then they put Beats in every commercial and every product placement, every TV show, and every single person ever. And then eventually everyone just kept buying them and buying them and buying them because they couldn't escape them, so they might as well buy them to try them out.
Valued at $1 billion just amazing. 5 years in existence. Dr. Dre has also dabbled in a few films here and there, such as playing a character named Paul in the movie Training Day. If you haven't watched the movie where Denzel won his only Oscar for Best Actor, then you're really missing out. Hey, do us a quick favor and hit that like button.
Oh, I thought he was going to say go watch the movie. What the fuck?
That Lil Zane, who came out with the hit song Callin' Me and was featured on 112's Hit Anywhere. Aside from making his own hits, Akon famously signed Lady Gaga to his label Convict Music.
Oh, are they talking about
Akon?
Album.
We also can't forget that he signed T-Pain as well. No, what else? Well, in 2018, he launched his own cryptocurrency called A-Coin. He planned...
Felix, you got some splaining to do.
Plans on using his own crypto to help with his Lighting Africa initiative. The initiative is aimed at improving Africa's living conditions through the use of renewable energy. Currently, he's furthering that initiative by being busy building his own city. It's a futuristic city in Senegal, named after himself, called Akon City. And the city's official currency? Yep, you guessed it, A-Coin. On September 1st, 2020, Akon laid down the first stone of the $6 billion city. Phase 1 of construction is supposed to be completed in 2023. Do you think the lights would shine brighter than...
Oh, man.
Number 13, Paul Wall.
Paul Wall,
and
really?
His grills. Don't ever forget that Paul Wall was nominated for a Grammy. Well, technically part of a nomination for a Grammy for Grills, the song that really put him on. But still, a Grammy. Paul Wall was hot in the music game for a minute back then. He's actually released a whopping 12 solo albums. Guess which year the last one dropped? 2020. He's just released Subculture, an album that's sponsored by Red Bull. He recorded the entire project at the Red Bull Music Studios. Besides continuing to make music after more than 15 years in the business, Paul Wall is still making grills along with his partner Johnny Dang, otherwise known as TV Johnny. They've been partners in the jewelry game for over 10 years. It only makes sense after he was featured on Grills with Nelly, right? Paul Wall and TV Johnny went on to keep riding that success in the grills business. In fact, they opened the world's largest custom grill store together in 2016. In fact, one of their most famous customers is... Number 12, Snoop Dogg. Snoop has continued to cash off the persona he's created. All this started with his first album, Doggy Style, back in 1993, and through his collaborations with Tupac and Dr. Dre in the mid-90s. He's actually still making music today, but do people actually still want to hear Snoop's latest music? In 2020, you can catch him doing commercials on the beach with Corona.
Give it a listen,
so many opportunities
but it doesn't mean I'm
because of how he cultivated his
unique,
laid-back persona. Reality TV is a consistent platform for him to make money from. Probably the strangest and funniest at this same time is the one he has with Martha Stewart. Martha and Snoop's potluck dinner party came out in 2016, and it's still running. He starred on the other shows such as Doggy Fizzle Televizzle, which was a sketch comedy show, and Snoop Dogg's Fatherhood. He's done 3 different Comedy Central roasts for Flavor Flav, President Trump, and Justin Bieber. Then there are the countless appearances in commercials and in person. At this point, it's probably safe to say that Snoop is going to stay famous and relevant for as long as he's still alive.
With no
and
audio?
another person that's managed to stay rich since 1993 is...
Lil Jon? No. Flavor
Number
Flav?
11, Queen Latifah.
Oh.
15 years ago, Queen Latifah won the
Flavor Flav or
1995 Grammy Award for Best Rap Solo Performance for her song, Unity. And she kept the momentum going ever since. She made a successful transition to acting in TV and movies, where she's done numerous roles. She's done mostly acting, but she's also been on the production side too. She's been a spokesperson for Curvation Ladies Underwear, Pizza Hut, and Jenny Craig. Her grandfather owned a hardware store in Newark, and her grandmother owned boarding houses in New Jersey. Number 10,
Cool.
JayZ. JayZ was the original snowman back when he really made it big on the scene. In total, JayZ has released 10 studio albums as well as numerous successful singles. These days, JayZ is all about making smart investments. JayZ made the snowman his own brand, a movement that's still going today. From the beginning, JayZ's been mixing entrepreneurship with rap music. He was always consistently rapping about making money in whatever way possible. He said it was because of his grandma and his upbringing in church. He wanted everyone around him to do better. Number 9, Ice-T. Ice-T is known for his role on his show Ice Loves Coco and the long-running show Law and Order SVU.
Woo!
Before all that,
I love that
he was
show.
making his money as a pioneer of hip-hop in the early 80s. But really, before rapping, he was an all-around hustler, something that he's always been. Ice-T created an online music label way back in the Napster era. He's done voices for multiple video games. He's produced numerous TV shows and movies. He's even written 3 books. New Jack Hustler was one of Ice-T's most popular songs, which was used in the movie he also starred in called New Jack City back in 1991. Ice-T has referred to his music as just another way to get rich. He's always seen rapping as just another hustle. On VH1's Behind the Music, he admitted that he wasn't one of those guys that oh, I love music. Nah. He said, quote, I love money. This sounds a lot like... Number 8, Master P. Master P is another entrepreneur turned rapper who can't be left off this list. He started No Limit Records in the 90s with just $10,000 cash. He's now worth over $200 million today. When he first started No Limit, within 6 years, No Limit sold over $120 million in records. Master P himself has come out with 14 studio albums and 40 singles. Besides rapping, he was also well known for the straight-to-DVD movies he did in the early 2000s. Number 7, Troy Ave. We're going to admit here that Troy Ave isn't exactly a rapper with a household name. However, he's one of the few rappers who preaches entrepreneurship in his songs and on his social media. He's a rapper who's been completely in control of the ownership of his music since day one. We're highlighting Troy here for the simple reason that he's not a superstar rapper. His experience is the much more common experience for the vast majority of rappers. Number 6, LL Cool J. LL is another famous rapper turned actor who's probably more famous for acting now. He's recorded 13 studio albums with his latest release titled Authentic. LL was one of the earliest rappers who found early mainstream success back in the 80s. He successfully made the transition to acting with movie roles in Any Given Sunday, SWAT, and who can forget that role he had in Deep Blue Sea. Today he's still acting on TV with his most famous role as Special Agent Sam Hanna on NCIS. One thing most people don't know about LL is that he's also a tech entrepreneur. LL has a company called Boom Dizzle that came out with something called My Connect Studio. This software allows anyone making music to digitally record, edit, and produce music in real time, no matter where each person is. Think of it as Google Docs, but for music. Number 5, Kanye. From producing JayZ's classic Blueprint album to creating his own Grammy-winning albums, Kanye's musical career speaks for itself. It's his business side that's arguably even more impressive. Plenty of rappers have tried to come out with their own clothing lines and haven't had much success. His movement into the world of fashion has been almost effortless, it feels. He's collaborated with APC and came out with his own Kanye West collection. Before he created Yeezy Boosts with Adidas, he had the same hype with Nike Yeezys. And we definitely can't forget that he also collaborated with Louis Vuitton. The Kanye West Louis Vuitton shoes from back in the day easily resell in the thousands today. Number 4, Pharrell. First of all, let's face it, Pharrell is probably a vampire since he hasn't aged at all. Pharrell went from producer to rapper to clothing designer and back to making more music. And he was actually the reason why Drake was outed by Pusha T for having a secret baby. Find out more about why that happened here. One of his latest songs is a collaboration in 2020 with JayZ called Entrepreneur, and it's a song completely appropriate for exactly who Pharrell is. He has 2 clothing labels, Billionaire Boys Club and Ice Cream. He's co-designed a line of jewelry and glasses for Louis Vuitton. He's designed a line of t-shirts for Uniqlo. He's also a co-owner of Brooklyn Machine Works and textile company Bionic Yarn. Our favorite fun fact about Pharrell is that he was the producer behind McDonald's I'm Lovin' It song. Justin Timberlake was paid $6 million to sing it, and the craziest part, Pusha T was the person who wrote the song. Number 3, Chamillionaire.
Who wrote the song? The ba-da-ba-ba-ba. That?
Chamillionaire.
Wrote that?
Chamillionaire isn't one of those rappers who made money from
jingle?
one huge hit and then just blew the money. Nope. Chamillionaire went from rapping to angel investing in just a few short years.
Yep.
Some of his successful investments included Maker Studios, which was bought by Disney for $700 million, and Cruise, which was bought by General Motors for $1 billion.
Gosh.
He was also smart enough to invest
Let me
in
throw
Ring,
some of my
a
money
startup
real
that was bought
quick.
by
You got
Amazon.
this,
Chamillionaire
boy.
was also an early investor in Lyft. He's the founder of Convos, an app where people could talk face-to-face with celebrities. He wants Convos to also be used for something as simple as finding a new friend with common interests. Number 2, Ice Cube. Ice Cube first made a name for himself as a rapper at the age of 16.
Are
but
we
since
there
his
yet?
days of rapping, he's
Woo!
branched out into many other things. He's just a natural entrepreneur. He went from rapping in NWA to now acting as his main gig. He's had success as well in writing, directing, and producing. Some of his film roles include his iconic role Doughboy in Boys in the Hood, the righteous Chief Elgin in Three Kings, and the kid battling Nick Persons in Are We There Yet? In 2015, he produced his own biopic, Straight Outta Compton. In 2017, he co-founded the Big Three, a 3-on-3 basketball league that showcases former NBA players. Number 1, JayZ.
JayZ.
What hasn't JayZ done?
True.
That's the real question. JayZ probably still wants you to remember that he's not a rapper, he's a hustler. He is one of the best entrepreneurs out there, period. He doesn't need the rapper qualifier. He started successful clothing brand Rocawear back in 1999. Then in 2000 started entertainment company Rock Nation. It's now worth close to $100 million. Then there's upscale sports bar 4040 Club, which still operates in a couple cities. There was the minority ownership in the Brooklyn Nets, but then he had to sell the shares because he started Rock Nation Sports, which represents athletes across a variety of different sports. Then there are the countless different investments. His stake in Uber is worth an estimated $70 million. His purchase of the champagne company Armand de Brunac, aka Ace of Spades, is now worth over $300 million. Here's what's next.
Damn. They're popping off.